वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे कुलारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्ण प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमय प्रदीपः नमो नमः. Good afternoon, good morning from wherever you are joining. We have started on the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. It is also called as Bhakti Yoga. In the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna introduces the concept of bhakti na anyaya shakya aham evam vidorjuna. Sri Krishna bhaktiyastu anyaya shakya. Without bhakti, we cannot realize me. You cannot attain me. Sri Krishna ends there. And Bhagavad Gita message of Mahabharata. Mahabharata has stories within stories to convey bring down the profound message of the scriptures in the form of stories within stories. It brings out the message of Bhagavad Gita, message of Mahabharata. It quenches the thirst of a seeker. Like a person in the desert, badly looking for water, how thirsty, so is Bhagavad Gita, quenches the thirst of a seeker. It is Bhagavad Gita is a thirst of a seeker in the form of the song of the Lord. You cannot say, once I have read the Bhagavad Gita, it is enough. Every time you open the chapters of Bhagavad Gita, it opens up differently according to the frame of your mind. Whatever is your frame of your mind, it gives the message according to that one. We have been talking about many stories within stories. One such story, Sri Krishna went to Hastinapura to ask Dhritarashtra to part the kingdom. When his mission to go there, he told to Pandavas, I know we Kauravas, Duryodhana won't agree, but for the worldly people's eyes, I had to do my job. He said he knew that he won't succeed in convincing. He could have convinced, but he did not want to convince also. When he went there, Duryodhana blatantly said he won't part even the land as big as the point of a needle. Then Krishna, as he was departing, he told Kauravas that be prepared, get prepared for the war, and told Dhritarashtra, see how your children are getting perished in front of you. As he was departing, he went to Kunti's house, and Kunti, his the aunt, she was his father Vasudeva's cousin is Kunti. He went to Kunti and asked, "Oh Kunti, do you have any message for your children? I am going to your children, and had somebody ask us, we will say, this is the sweet, please give it to them. And we give the sweet and dishes, please hand over." She said, I do not wish to see the face of my children until they accomplish their job. And such a bold lady. That is why the scriptures talk about the great characters. We would have started crying. Avoid the war. And he said, I do not wish to see the face of my children until they accomplish their job. They have to finish their job, what they are meant out to them. And she said, amongst all, Nakula and Sahadeva and Dharmaraja are weak. And Bhima doesn't need any conviction. Only Arjuna needs a conviction. Anyway, tell this story of a Vidula. She told, tell this story and Arjuna will understand. Vidula was a widow. Widow was there, and she was in the kingdom, and enemies attacked, and her son was in the battlefield. Seeing the big army, he came back, running back, and hid himself inside the bedroom and bolted himself inside. Got so scared, and mother Vidula said, get up. You are supposed to be in the battlefield. You have ran away from there. You go there. And he said, mother, what type of mother you are? You want your son to get killed in the battle? You are how ruthless mother you are. And she said, yes, I would prefer you rather get killed rather than you living here comfortably. I want you to get out of here and fight. I don't care whether you come back alive or dead. I want you to out of here. So stern, and he was whinging, how cruel, how hard, a stone-hearted person you are. What type of mother? She said, I am the right mother for you. You are here not to while away your time. You have to exert your best. Get out. And he was motivated by his mother's words, and he went to the battlefield, and with all might he fought, and he won the battle and came back. He was thanking his mother immensely. Whereas in our case, we are so protective of our children. No, not to go there, not to go there, not to do there. It is sleep well, go to a movie. And Mahabharata is talking about you have a role to play. The moment you have come means you have a role to play. You are not here to while away your time. Tell me this message to Pandavas. They will get the message. Get the message. And in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna conveyed this message to Arjuna. Hato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhoksyase mahin. If you get killed, you will get the heaven. If you win, you will get the fame. What Kunti had told, Arjuna repeats that one. Hato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhoksyase mahim. And whatever Kunti said, such a remarkable lady that Kunti is known for her dhriti, focus. Never she lost the focus in her life. So focused. Though despite so many hurdles, so many hardships, she did not sever from her path. So focused. I am treading the path of righteousness, and she expected the same from her children. I don't want my children to be ordinary, compromising for trivial things. Trivial things, and it is talking about the Kunti could able to stick to her karma, determination out of devotion. Devotion to the Lord. She knows everyone is a transitory. We are going, but unless you have a devotion to the Lord, higher purpose, your karma part won't come out. The karma action part won't come out. To get the karma to come out, you need the devotion. The Kunti when asked Sri Krishna, she said, what do you want? I will give you any boon. When Sri Krishna said, she said, give me more and more devotion, to give me more and more trouble, more and more problem in my life. We all go to the place of worship, pray for no trouble. She says, give me more and more problem. When the problem is there, then only we think of you. If there is no problem, we won't think of you. And in India, one person in a gathering, he said he just went to Tirupati and came, and another person asked, do you have any problem? Why did you go there? We think going to the temple, going something, unless we have a problem. Otherwise, we are not devoted. In Sri Krishna, Arjuna starts with this one, Satata Yukta Ye. Devotion is not a sprinkle, time bound. When I have a problem, think of the God. Think of the God. In Kannada, there is a saying, Sankata Bandaga Venkatramana. When you have trouble, then think of the God. When no problem, and why? And many people have told me also, I get up 3-ish and do the sadhana, do you have any problem? And they think do the sadhana means unless you have problem, not to think of the Lord. That is the general mentality across. And bhakti in Navavidhi bhakti I talked about. Prahlada brings about this concept in Srimad Bhagavatam, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Shravanam Pada Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakyam Atmani Vedanam. It is talking about how to develop devotion. Devotion, you start getting the devotion when you know about the greatness of the other person. You start, when you know the greatness of the other person, devotion comes. Unless I don't know about the greatness of other person, I start thinking only I am great in this world. Nobody is great, so I have no devotion. When I start knowing the greatness, Shravanam, hear again and again. 2 ears are there, from all directions you hear. And for eyes, you see only one direction, whereas sound current goes in circle, from all direction hear the good things. Shravanam, Kirtanam, whatever you hear, to get it reinforced within, Kirtanam, repeat that one again and again. If you hear something good, otherwise it will dissipate from you. To get it reinforced, Kirtanam, repeat again and again. Smaranam, one is Kirtanam loud, and Smaranam, think about that one again and again. Pada Sevanam, where the Smaranam means when you are in sleep, in the middle of the night also, when you get up, you should be able to hear what you heard. That type of thinking, it should get ingrained. Pada Sevanam, serve the feet of the noble people. And further it comes, Krishna talks about that one in Bhakti Yoga. Pada Sevanam, Archanam, you glorify the Lord, like 1008 names of Vishnu Sahasranam is there. Om Vishwaya Namaha, Vishnu, Om Vishnave Namaha. And you think of that one, and with if you do not have a flower also, Manasa Pushpa. From the mental flower, you offer every time. Varchanam, Vandanam, bow down, and Dasyam, think you are a servant of the Lord. And servant of the Lord is not, doesn't have a free will. Does whatever it takes to do the best. And Sakyam, treat your Lord as your eternal friend. The friend, so many friends we have, and our Prashant and Jyoti invited so many people here. We think we have so many friends, but as we progress in our life, one by one slip out. And ultimately, when everyone has gone, who remains? Only Bhagavan remains. Only other, we think these are the friends. I have so many close friends. I'm so proud. But in reality, scriptures talks about everyone is selfish by their own nature. only the God. Unless you have a bondage with the God, others are so only the from outside their friends at times of crisis, one by one slip out. Sakyam, he is the only one who was, who is, who will be with us all the time. Atmanivedanam, offer yourself completely to him. The completely this Navavidhi Bhakti, it is Prahlada told his classmates. Prahlada was only 5-year-old. He was talking about that one. Where did Prahlada heard this one? Prahlada, when he was still a baby in mother's womb, Narada told Prahlada's mother, Kadru, talked about the greatness of Lord. Mother fell asleep, but a small baby in the stomach, attentively hearing what the Narada was talking about. The devotion, bhakti. Bhakti means not a blind faith. Every Thursday I go to temple, I go to this one. It is only a costume. Putting on the costume, putting on the tilak, it is Sri Krishna never talks about. These are the mark of a devotee. Devotee's sign is bubbling with joy. Bubbling with joy, so positive, not a long-faced person. And in Srimad Bhagavatam talks about mother, young mother, very young mother, bubbling with joy, had 2 children, 2 old children. Very young mother had 2 children, and the young mother's name Bhakti. 2 old children called as Jnana and Vairagya. Unless you have a Bhakti, your Jnana and Vairagya, Jnana becomes very dry, Vairagya becomes meaningless, and you become a burden to the society. It talks about the Bhakti. Bhakti gives the joy in your life, enthusiasm in your life, makes you dynamic. The Bhakti, Jnana and Vairagya minus Bhakti, it is called as a dry life. Dry life, you live as a burden to yourself and burden to others. Bhagavatam talks about the Bhakti. Bhakti is an important component of your sadhana. You have to develop Bhakti in your life. Arjuna starts this question. Arjuna Uvacha Evam Satata Yuktaye Bhaktastvām Pariyupasate Ye Chāpyaksharam Avyaktam Tesham Ke Yoga Vittamah. Evam, again, Evam Satata Yuktaye Bhaktastvām Pariyupasate Ye Chāpyaksharam Avyaktam Tesham Ke Yoga Vittamah. Arjuna asked the question when the Lord in the 11th chapter brought about the concept of Bhakti, and Arjuna asked the question, Evam Satata Yuktaye, always thinking of you. Satata Yuktaye, Bhakti is not a one time when you have the problem doing the devotion. Arjuna asked the question, one who thinks of you always, pari upasate, in various ways he thinks of you, pari upasate, echa api akshara avyaktam, or the one who contemplates on. Akshara means another name of Lakshmi. Lakshmi's another name is Akshara. Akshara, one who seeks the path through the Prakriti, or one who seeks the path of you. Which one is better? Yoga Vittamaha. Yoga Uttamaha. In two, yoga uttama. In amongst two, which yoga, which bhakti of two, which one is better? Shri Bhagavanu Vacha. Maya aveshya. Mano emam. Nitya yukta. Upasate. Shraddhaya. Parayopeta. Teme. Yuktatama mataha. Maya veshya mano emam. Nitya yukta upasate. Shraddhaya parayopeta. Teme yuktatama mataha. Yuktatama, better. Mataha, Shri Krishna says, my opinion, he is very soft on. He did not want to, like other religion, he did not say, thou shalt do, else hell. He gives the suggestion, this is better. This is better. In our scriptures, never says, thou shalt do or go to hell. It is towards the end also, Vimrishena Asheshena, in the end of Bhagavad Gita, in the 18th chapter, Shri Krishna says, think about that one, analyze, and choose the path what is right for you. Never in our Shastra says, you must do this one. Here Shri Krishna says, Yuktatama mataha. This is the better, according to me. Para yo upeta, para tattva, highest. And Lakshmi tattva is apara. It is inferior. Contemplating on the highest is the best. Contemplating on the highest is the parayo upeta, and rather than contemplating on the inferior. If you are contemplating on the inferior, so many hurdles are there. So many hurdles are there, and in any office also, if the subordinates knows that you know the boss of this organization, your work get done easily. If you do not know the boss, if you try to go through only that paper shuffling, this desk, that desk, they will make you run around. In the same token, in the scriptures talk about, you should know the para, highest. At the same time, you should give due respect to other members of the office also. You cannot just reject them. I don't want to give any respect to other members. I want to only the supreme, so that also won't work. In scriptures talk about Eko Deva, God is only one. Shri Krishna says, I am the highest. Para, I am the highest. Other devas are for serving others, and they are doing my job. Through them I get the job done. I am the highest, Shri Krishna talks about. There is one story, talks about one person knew the Prime Minister. He had a direct connection with the Prime Minister, and because of his connection, every day he used to go to Prime Minister's office, have a chit-chat and come. Even Prime Minister did not have much closeness with this person, but anyway, he let him come and go. This person got very proud. I know the Prime Minister, I can go to his chamber whenever I wanted. I need not have to ask the permission, give respect to any other ministers, any security, I can go. And he was behaving. So ministers, they assembled together. This person doesn't know the code of conduct, and he doesn't know the protocol. Let us teach him a lesson. So that next day they told the security, if that person comes, not to let that person in. Security person, they told. Next day when he came, the security said, sorry, you can't go. He said, do you know, I know the Prime Minister. He said, sorry, you're not allowed to go. So he decided to dial the Prime Minister. I am ringing Prime Minister. But usually Prime Minister office, Prime Minister won't pick up the phone, secretary. Secretary said, sorry, he's not here. And so he could not reach Prime Minister. He could not get in, he could not talk to Prime Minister. So he heard Prime Minister is going for a procession in the site visit. He wanted to stand in the queue and wave at the Prime Minister. Look, I am here. But ministers told this person may come, push him away. So he could not come near also. Then what he did, he climbed the tree where Prime Minister was going, and he decided to call the Prime Minister, hey, I'm here. And so busy, Prime Minister asked the other minister, who was that? He said, the same person, sir, he used to come. Now he died. Now he has become a Bhuta. He's on the tree. And then king did not look at also. He proceeded. The moral of the story, not only you have to respect the highest, but other devatas, you have to give the due respect. Not to reject, you have to respect that one. Sri Krishna says, Shraddhaya, with faith, parayo upeta means upasana, contemplating on maya aveshya, seek me. Nitya yukta upasate, always think of me. And Shraddhaya, with faith, contemplate on the highest in me, and that is the best. Shri Krishna gives the other one, echa pyaksharam avyak, etvakshara anirdeshyam, avyaktam paryupasate, sarvatra gama chintyancha, kutastam achalam dhruvam, sanyamindriya gramam, sarvatra samabuddhayah, te prapnuvanti mameva, sarvabhutahite ratah. Shri Krishna says, the akshara prakriti means things are subject to change. Today something very buoyant and very rosy, tomorrow it will be outdated. Few years back, everyone is after cloud. Now cloud technology also changing so fast. Artificial intelligence is changing so fast. People do not know which side of the artificial intelligence, how far they can go. People only focusing on changing things, they can't focus. However, rosy is that one, and Sri Krishna says, if you want to contemplate on the changing thing, always changing, it is very difficult. Prakriti is subject to change. What was, and it is different. What it was, now it is different. What my parents' generation, what it was, now it is a different platform. Now, next generation and what Apratim is exposed is totally different to his father's generation. He is growing up. When he grows up, he will be using the technology which will be alien to his parents. It is totally changing. It is saying that not to throw your soul and heart into changing thing, and it will end up with disappointment. You are forgetting the changeless, only throwing your changeless. I am so wanted in the company. I am in high demand. When the technology changes, you are a redundant. They don't want you. I threw my heart and soul. I sacrificed my whole life. sacrificed my health for the organization, and end result is disappointment. I thought I was wanted. I thought I was important. Now, Sri Krishna says, if you are focusing only on Prakriti, changing thing, it will lead to klesho adhikarastesha. It is hard. You cannot have a competitive advantage for long. He says, always focus on the changeless. He talks about etvakshar anirdeshyam, changing signs is not it's an evolving science. You don't know which direction it is going. You thought it is going this direction, actually it has evolved in other direction. Anirdeshyam avyaktam pariyupasate. Ye sarvatra gama achintyancha. It is beyond the level of your mind. You think you are going by the technology, gurus, whatever they say, you are going that way. Kutastam achalam dhruvam. You are contemplating on this one. This is what? This is the platform for the future. Kutastam, you are contemplating on that one. For that also, to do the contemplate on the changing thing, you need lot of discipline. Samyama sanniyam indriya gramam sarvatra samabuddhayaha te prapnuvanti mameva sarvabhuta hite rataha. There also you can do, you need lot of discipline. For that one, to do that one, you have to have a control over your senses. Indriya gramam, have a equanimity. You should not get carried away by the changing thing. When you are seeing the working on the changing thing, material science, you should have a stable mind. I know this is for a short duration. You should have a stable mind, samabuddhayaha. Even through that one, if you can endure the change without getting affected, through that path also you can reach me. Klesho adhikarastesha avyakta sakta chetasam avyakta hi gatir dukkham dehavadviravapyate. Avyakta, Sri Krishna wants the changing thing, material science, the earlier the technology platform, it was lasting for one generation. Same technology they were using for the generation. Now the product life cycle has reduced, and software cycle, product cycle has reduced. Earlier for generation, then down to years, now it is down to months. It is product life cycle is changing so fast. Avyakta hi gatir dukkham. When the changing so fast, I had to do so many exams, so many software, that exam, this exam, to keep my boss happy. I am updating myself. I am updating every 2 weeks. I am doing one exam, 1-2 exam. Things are changing so fast, and it is talking about avyakta hi gatir dukkham. In the changing thing, if you are so focused, gatir dukkham, end result will be disappointment. Gatir dukkham dehavadviravapyate. Through this one, you have to, you are here, you have to work to sustain yourself. Yes, you have to, yogaha karmasu kaushalam. You have to sustain means you are not here just to sustain yourself. You have to get something out of this life also. If you are just working like a donkey to make some dollar and sustain, even animals also sustain. If that is the purpose of your life, is only to put the bread on the table, so there is no difference between you and the animal. Your life has to go beyond just to day living. When you have vision set on the changeless, Sri Krishna further talks about changes can be handled. If you do not, when you do not have your mind set on the changeless, you cannot handle the changes. If you want to handle the changes in your life, you need to set your mind on the changeless. Klesho adhikarastesha avyakta sakta chetasam. Contemplating on the changing, and it's a difficult path. And end result most likely will be disappointment. Yetu sarvani karmāṇi mai sanyasya matparaha ananye naiva yogena mam dhyayanta upasate. Shri Krishna says, now having talked about changing and changeless, Shri Krishna talks about yetu sarvani. Therefore, sarvani karmāṇi, all whatever you do, yes, you have to work, you have to deal with the changing things. Yes, you have to do that one, not to regard that one as the ultimate. Not to regard that one as an ultimate. Whatever you have to do, yetu sarvani karmāṇi mai sanyasya matparaha. Offer it to me. Sanyasya means offer it. Nyasa means pledge. If I want to get a credit from the bank, I pledge my house to the bank, and in turn they give some loan. So, mai sarvas sanyasya matparaha. Sri Krishna says, pledge all your actions to me. When like I pledge my whatever belonging to the bank for loan, you pledge all your actions to me. Sanyasya mat-paraha. Para means highest. In me as the highest. Offer it to me as the highest. Ananye naiva yogena. Anya yoga, he didn't talk about ananya. He told anya yoga, he says ananya yoga, not bit here, not bit here, not bit there. And when you do that one, ananya, whatever I am doing for the highest. He is the ultimate for me. Ultimate for me, ananya, not proselyte your bhakti, not to divide your bhakti, bit here, bit there, single focused bhakti is needed. Single focused bhakti. Ananye naiva yogena mam dhyayanta upasate. Contemplating on me, dhyayanta, contemplating on me. Single pointed. In Srimad Bhagavatam, one story comes, Jada Bharata, he knew his past life. What happened, how he squandered the opportunity, he knew. Maybe one of the classes I will tell the story. He knew about the past life, so he decided, this life, I don't want to squander my opportunity, squander my life. So, he decided to pretend like a dumb. Whatever question asked, he won't respond. So, when he was not responding, his brothers thought this person is a dumb person. And a dumb person, so his brother, after his parents passed away, they snatched all the property they divided. They did not give anything to him and kicked him out. He was staying outside. Whoever gives the food, he was staying there. Even the villagers were exploiting. He was a well-built person. They used to make him work hard, and they won't give any labor charges. He won't complain. He was doing everything. One day, dacoits came. Dacoit chief, he wanted child. So some astrologer had told, if you sacrifice a human to Kali, you will get a son. They were looking and they found this person outside in the night, and outside they checked everything, all limbs are perfect. They brought him, he did not protest. They brought him to Kali temple and they wanted to sacrifice him. The king, the dacoit king, he pulled the sword out and he was muttering some mantra, and this Bharata, Jada Bharata means he was pretending that he did not know anything. He was contemplating on the Lord. When Lord knows what I need, why I should scream? Why I should ask Lord for his protection? He knows what is needed for me. He did not protest. And as the dacoit king raised his sword, Kali, out of compassion, she came out, took that sword and chopped off the heads of all the dacoits. And Jada Bharata, he walked out of that one. It is saying that you should not become very helpless, become inaction, not to resort to inaction when some situation, when you are so helpless, you can't do anything, so only God is the one. Not to pray, surrender to Him. And when the problem is there, Bhagavatam is not telling that you should not do your duty. When things are out of control, some situation, when no other help is there, no point in just yelling and screaming and crying and bitterly crying, surrender to the God. He will protect. That is, and we, on the other token, we take a revenge. We take the anger to our grave and we are bitterly sobbing, crying. And it says how the devotee, mark of a devotee is there. Shri Krishna says, Etu sarvani karmāṇi mayi sanyasya mat-paraham ananye naiva yogena mam dhyayanta upasate. Contemplate on me. And next one. Tesha aham samudharta. One who has taken a refuge in me, what happens? Shri Krishna says, if the devotee forsakes any responsibility for one's action, what happens? Tesha aham samudharta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat partha maya veshita chetasam desha aham samudharta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat partha maya veshita chetasam. One who has taken sannyasa. Sannyasa means nyasa. I said pledge, complete pledge, samyak nyasa. Sannyasa means samyak nyasa, complete surrender. For that person, tesham aham. For that person, Shri Krishna says, I am taking the responsibility of the welfare of my devotees. All these days, I am thinking I am responsible for my life. I am responsible for my life. Shri Krishna says, one who has surrendered, Tesha aham samudharta. I take the responsibility, mrityu samsara sagarat. I make sure that person sails across this difficult bondage called as samsara. Everywhere is a pitfall. I will make sure that person sails across. Mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat partha maya veshita chetasam. Bhavami nachirat partha. Not in a distant future, that person will come to me undoubtfully. So that devotee is on the right track. In the earlier one, he talks about avyakta, prakriti, anirdeshya. You don't know whether you're on a right track or wrong track. Path is not clear. If you are only on the material science, anirdeshya, I don't know whether I'm on the right track or wrong track. Here it is take Chirat Partha Maya Veshita, your devotees on the right track. Earlier, I may be right, may not be right, may be most likely end up in regret. Here, Sri Krishna says, Mayeva mana adastva, Mai buddhim niveshaya, Nivashisyasi mayeva, Ata urdvam na samshayaha. So, what is the, Sri Krishna says, if you come to me, surrender, samyak nyasa, give up everything for me, surrender everything for me, samyak nyasa, you are carrying the so much of load on your head, carried from millions of lives, karma you are carrying. Samyak nyasa, when you offload everything down, Sri Krishna says, I will take all your burden. When you offload, you are free. You discover the freedom. Sri Krishna says, how to I sail that person across? Mayeva mana adastva. Mayeva, Sri Krishna says, doesn't say, go to that temple, go to this temple, go there, go there. Mai eva, me alone, no other. He did not say, you can go there, you can go there, you can. The first preference, if you want to do that one, if you want to completely surrender, mai eva, eva means alone, no other. Mai eva, mana adastva, on me alone, bring your thinking on me. Mai buddhim, mana, and next one is buddhi. Higher than the mana is changing, and mind has to be brought under the sway of the buddhi so that mind doesn't get swayed. Mind stabilizes. If there is no buddhi involved, today somebody says, go there, I go there. Tomorrow somebody says, go there, I go there. I have no confidence in myself. I don't know whom to believe. And in the TV, some astrologer says, go there, that one, do this one, do this one. I don't know what I am doing. Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna, no ambiguity. Mayeva, mana adastva. Mana adastva. Bring the delight in your revel in me alone. My buddhim niveshaya. Buddhi means proper understanding, not a blind belief. Just because Sri Krishna says seek me alone is not that one. Sri Krishna in the 11th chapter, he revealed who he was through the Vishwarupa Darshana. In the entire gamut of our scriptures, no other devas have revealed the cosmic form. Sri Krishna is talking about this one after revealing the Vishwarupa. I am everywhere. Sutre Manigana Iva. I am everywhere. I am pervading everywhere. After revealing his cosmic form, he says, Mayeva, mana adastva, bring your mind to me. This 12th chapter, you have to read it in light of the previous one. The status of Arjuna, where he went through, what he went through, the turmoil he went through. When he saw the cosmic form, he totally surrendered. Mai eva mana adasva, mai buddhim, bring your intellect on me alone. Nivashisyasi mai eva, settle down in me alone. Stop, go on hunting. What is my path? What is my path? What is my path? Tomorrow we'll talk about in the class also. We are getting older, even at the age of 50, we don't know which one to do. Few days I try here, few days I try here, few days I try here. 70 years, I don't know what to do. And he says, settle down in me alone. Nivashisyasi mayeva ata urdhvam na samshayaha. Then your path is upward. Na samshayaha. Your path is upward journey. Path of light. You will be on the path of light without doubt. Sri Krishna talks about a devotee seeking for making inroad in the sadhana. Atha urdhvam na samshayaha. Seeker, the devotee, will be on the right track, will be on the upward journey, path of light without doubt, when surrenders oneself to Eva, not here, few days here, only one single pointed, Eva mana adastva, and taking delight in the path you have taken, not regretting. I should have taken other path. I should have taken, whether I am right or wrong, whether my teacher is right or wrong. I think other teacher is more popular. I think that may be better. My friends are all saying that is better. I have so much of confusion. It is saying, Mayeva mana adasva. Take delight. You have searched enough. How long you can keep on searching? You are on a short shelf life. Your life is ebbing away, and make inroads. Maya adastva. My buddhim, bring your intellect on me. Nivashisyasi mayeva. Settle down there alone. Atha urdhvam na samshayaha. Then the path of me, there is no regret. Shri Krishna says, path of others, other anya devata. If you anya devata without knowing the highest anya devata you are doing, in the Bhagavata, Mahabharata, in Ramayana also comes, when they seek immortality from Shiva and Brahma, they say, sorry, immortality is not our sign of authority. It is beyond our sign of authority. But we can give something what we can. It is transitory. If you want the complete freedom from the cycle of coming and going, they, in the Bhagavatam, Ramayana, Mahabharata says, sorry, it is beyond our sign of authority, beyond the authorization limit. We can't give. Brahma says, sorry, I can't give. That part, even I am not permanent, how can I give you the permanency? The permanency, whatever Anya Devata Upasana we know, yes, for the quick result, we need something. Yes, we can do that one, but if you want the permanent solution, not to forget the highest. Even if you are going through the other devatas, not to forget the highest. When Sri Krishna says, if you cannot bring all your attention to me completely, he has given the second option. The first option, Mayeva, surrendering completely. I am so brought out in a culture, I can't believe that one. I can't. My path is different. Sri Krishna says, if your path is different, it is okay. The second option, Sri Krishna says, Atachittam samadhatum nashaknoshi maistiram abhyāse yogena tato mamichhaptum dhananjaya atachittam samadhatum nashaknoshi maistiram abhyāse tato mamiccāptum dhananjaya ata chittam. Shri Krishna talks about ata, in case you can't bring you are not totally convinced. Chitta means beyond the buddhi, what is called as mana, buddhi, chitta. Chitta means full after buddhi stabilizes, firm conviction. Buddhi, after logically you are coming to the conclusion, and chitta, when you go beyond the logic and firmly convinced, it is called as chitta. When your chitta is not stabilized, you are not totally convinced about that one, atachittam samadhatum na shaknoshi. You are not totally convinced, you cannot bring your attention onto me. Shri Krishna says, not to worry. Another option he says, abhyāse yogena tato. Abhyāse yoga means every day contemplate, read the Shastras, hear about the Shastras, what the illumined people are talking about, what realized people are talking about. Contemplate on that one. Every day read, try to acquire the knowledge. Your chitta is not stabilized because of your lack of knowledge. Try to every day strive to acquire knowledge, not to measure things based on your ignorance. Not your ignorance is not the benchmark for gauging what is right or wrong. Shri Krishna says, try to enhance your knowledge and get rid of your ignorance by reflecting on the scriptures and studying the scriptures, studying under the teachers. Try to acquire the knowledge. Acquire the abhyāse yogena tato mamiccāptum dhananjaya. Then when you start contemplating, go beyond what you think. Not to say, I am brought up as a child from this concept, I won't believe any other concept. The truth is beyond what you believe. We should have a courage to get the first-hand experience. Not to say, this is only the path. Just because you are born in certain tradition, that need not be the ultimate path. To know the truth, you should be willing to go beyond your conviction. Go beyond the conviction. For that, every day sincerely seek. Samadhatu atati chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mai sthiram. Then abhyāse yoga. Every day try to acquire the knowledge. Shri Krishna says, if you think you can't read the scriptures and your intellect is not good enough, when you can't read the scriptures, you can't understand the inner meaning, we all have a general excuse, we don't know Samskrita. We don't know Samskrita, whatever, we can't read. And some other people, they say, we are women, we can't read. We take all excuse from acquiring knowledge. One is, I don't know the language, I don't have time, I am so busy, and women should not read, and whatever excuse. Shri Krishna says, if you think you don't have capacity to learn by yourself, Shri Krishna gives another option. If you can't learn by yourself, abhyāse asamartho mat-karma-paramo bhava mad-artham karmāṇi kurvan siddhim avāpsyasi. Abhyāse. Shri Krishna, repeat again. abhyāse mat-karma-paramo bhava mad-artham karmāṇi kurvan siddhim avāpsyasi. Shri Krishna gives various steps of sadhana. Even if you can't do, any other teacher, they would have said, you are a useless student, get away, get out. But Shri Krishna doesn't say, even if you can't do that one, abhyāse asamartho. See, if you can't do that one, serve the teacher. By serving the teacher, mat-karma-paramo bhava. Serve the teacher. By serving the teacher, knowledge comes. Mat-karma-paramo bhava. Doing that one, serving the teacher for my sake. Mad-artham karmāṇi kurvan siddhim avāpsyasi. By serving the teacher, you will get the knowledge. And next one, Shri Krishna gives another step. Even the place where you are, there is no teacher also available. Then what is the option? We will see the next one next week and repeat all we have done up to the sloka 10. Arjuna Vacha evam satata yuktaye bhaktāstvam pariyupāsate echāpyaksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamah. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha maya veshya mano emam nitya yukta upasate shraddhaya parayopeta teme yukta tamamataha yetvaksharamanirdesyam avyaktam pariyupasate sarvatra gamachintyancha kūtastam achalam dhruvam sanyamindriyagramam sarvatra samabuddhayah te prapnuvanti mameva sarvabhutahite rataha klesho adhikarastesha avyakta sakta chetasam avyakta hi gatir dukkham dehavadbhiravapyate yetu sarvani karmāṇi mayi sanyasya matparaha ananyena yogena mam dhyayanta upasate tesha aham samodartha mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat partha maya veshita chetasam mayeva manadastva mayi buddhim niveshaya niveshisyasi mayeva ata urdvam na samshayah ata chittam samadhartum na shaknoshi mayi stiram abhyāse yogena tato mamichhāptum dhananjaya abhyāse asamarthosi mat-karma-paramo bhava mad-artham karmāṇi kurvan siddhim avāpsyasi. Vasudeva sutam devam kamsa chanūramardanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum.